Yo, what is up, peeps? It's none other than your favorite Bulgarian, back at it again. Right now, we are under a quarantine situation. If you guys didn't know, let me get this first. Yeah, so right now we are under a quarantine situ a bit. Everybody's home, or everybody's pretending to be home, because apparently a lot of people are still going outside, still walking, jogging with the dogs, with the family, in the park, in the forest, everywhere. So I'm not sure what kind of quarantine this is. I literally see builders working on their building site all day. I'm not sure what kind of quarantine that is, but anyways, as far as the government is concerned, we are under a quarantine. And you know what? I was just about to do a home workout video, or at least back in your garden video, but you know what? I feel like there's plenty of those videos out there if you want to go and do a home workout or just do some type of workout when you're in quarantine. Just type it on Google, just type it on YouTube, everywhere it comes up. Even my man George, he does some home workout videos, so you can go and follow that. But I was like, I'm not a PT. I probably wouldn't like doing people's meal plans and workout plans right now. I promised my friend back in Bulgaria, I told her that I was going to do her a meal plan, and I'm struggling to do it because I'm like, fuck, why did I tell her that I'm gonna do that? Because now you gotta count her macros, which is easy, but you gotta think of meals that she will eat. You can't just bust it all chicken and rice and be like, okay, here you go, just do it. Yep. So what I'm going to give you guys, what this video is going to be about, if you have read the title, is actually how to meet some girls, man. How to meet some girls under quarantine. And one of the best ways is definitely Tinder. If you haven't already downloaded Tinder, download it, my man. I've been on Tinder for maybe like a couple of hours now, and I've got around 12 matches. And you know, if you've got some good pics on there, if you've got cut up like witty lines on your bio, things can really work in your favor. I've got a Tinder date tomorrow, so that's a thing. And you know, some of you will be like, oh bro, quarantine, why are you going on a Tinder date? Whatever is this? Man, think of it like this. If you have a girlfriend and you're supposed to be under quarantine, are you not gonna go to your girlfriend's? Is she not gonna come to yours? That is the same exact thing as going on a Tinder date. In my world. In your world, it might be different, but in my world, it's the same exact thing. If you had a girlfriend, which some of you might do, you still go and smash that shit. So why wouldn't you go and smash something else? Know what I mean? A little bit of vulgar language here, a little bit of a vulgar attitude, not very PC, not very polite. Yo, bro, you talking about smashing girls? Yes, man, I'm talking about smashing girls. Got a bit too hyped. Anyways, first of all, it's Tinder. Second of all, my man's Instagram. Right now, if you have around 100 followers, you know, people following you, 100 followers, 200, 300, 400, doesn't matter how many hundreds, could be 20, could be 50. Text the girls. Look at the people or the girls that you're following, and they're following you, because if they're not following you back, it's harder to slide in those DMs, you know, like the notification won't come up there. So go and see who's following you, and if you end up seeing any girls you like, text them. Now is the best time, yeah? And you know, why would you have people following you other than, you know, maybe you have like 5k, 10k, 15, 20k followers? Then maybe it's not as easy as to qualify those followers. When I say qualify, I mean like people who you click with only follow you, but that, let's be honest, that's never gonna happen. I have people following me that I know for a fact that they hate me or they dislike me, and they still follow my shit, and they still like my shit. And I'm like, hey, as long as you keep the love rolling or the hate rolling, as long as you get those views, I don't give a S if you like me or not. Anyways, you can do that. you can go into your Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, whatever social media platform you have right now, and text any girl and every girl you think is cute. And trust me, if it takes like 20, 30, 40, 50 girls you like on the outside, because you don't know what they're on the inside like yet, you might end up getting a few dates. And you know, that's another way. And the third and final way to meet girls when you're under the quarantine is if you have friends, like girlfriends, you know, like girls who are only your friends, like just friends, friend zone, like you friend zoned them or they friend zoned you, and you know that you don't have any chance of getting out of friend zone, so you might as well use it for something else. Just ask them, be like, hey, Jesse, or hey, Amy, Katie, Alexandra, Alice, whatever the F her name is, be like, hey, do you have any hot and single friends? That's what I do all the time. But you know, the key here, because if like it matters how you say it, okay? It matters how you say it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And you know, because of this principle, like it matters how you say it, not what you say, I've been able to get away with a lot of things. Like, trust me, a lot. Like this line that I just told you, like, do you have any hot and single friends? You can say this in the most creepiest way possible, and people will look at you like, ew, like, fuck, creep, pedo, But when I say it, if it's, you know, in the right context, the right time, because, you know, you gotta have a bit of game. If you say it at the right time, in the right context, yeah, things are gonna work a lot of in your favor. I've like had my friends hook me up on blind dates. I've had friends hook me up on dates, give me them digits, give me them Instagrams, and you know, not every time's gonna freaking work out, yeah, because at the end of the day, you two have to vibe to an extent. You can't go on the date and both of you are bored out of your mind and you're like, well, okay, let's do something. That could happen, but you know, most of the times I just go home. So these are my tips for you guys. If you still want to keep your game up, if you're bored at home and all of your friends are with their girlfriends and they're doing something, these are the 3 things that you can use, or 3 ways that you can try and get some dates. Tinder, Instagram, Facebook, or other social media platforms that you have. Text the girls that you like on there. I know that works because that's what I've been doing. And then the third and last way is ask your friends. If they're your friends, they're gonna hook you up, my man. Trust me. Listen to these tips. And until next time, it was your favorite Bulgarian, your favorite dating coach. And I'll talk with you next time. Stay safe during the quarantine. Always use protection. What else? That's it, man. That's it. I'll see you next time. Peace. Okay, guys, change of scenery and actually change of plans a bit. Right now, as of today is the 25th of March. A lockdown was announced by Mr. Boris Johnson himself. And that means that it's illegal to go outside, to meet friends, etc. You can get fined. So the tips, the free tips and the free ways that I gave you in the previous part of the video, in the first part of this video, use them in your own caution, okay? If you still want to go out and actually do something with a girl or with your girlfriend or with a mate or whatever it is, use that in your own caution, okay? But this is the extra parts of the video, and you can actually use this time under the quarantine that you have to practice your text game. And what is text game? Okay, text game is how good you are at texting, like how funny you are, how confident you are with texting and flirting through text and whatever. And text game is amazing in a way where you can use videos, you can use memes, you can use emojis, you can use voice recordings. You can basically use all of these tools to flirt through text with a girl or with a guy, whatever your preference is. But right now I'm talking about girls, to flirt with a girl, and the whole goal is to mimic as if you guys were actually in each other's presence, you were talking face to face, and it's amazing. And you can take this time under the quarantine to use the tips that I gave you before, Tinder, use your Instagram and Facebook friends that you already have, and find girls there that you like and click with, and actually ask your friends and, like, get some recommendations or whatever. I use that sometimes. I'm like, recommend me to your friends, and it's amazing. But you can use this time to practice your text game, to flirt with girls online, yeah? Because where most guys go wrong, and I do this sometimes as well, I'm just human, but I'm like way better than before. Where most guys go wrong with text and in general is there's not enough foreplay. Like on Tinder, guys are like, the first thing they say, where do you live? Okay, let's do this. It works sometimes, of course. Let's say 1 out of every 50 girls will be like, okay, I live here, 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 let's hook up. Or, on her profile, she says, I'm only here for hookups, whatever. But even when she says that, it's still, depending on the vibe that you give out, yeah. And text game, take it as foreplay. Foreplay, you're easing into things. You're not going in for the kill. You're not immediately like, where do you live? Let's have sex. No. Foreplay is you're having fun. You're taking your time, you're in the moment, you're present with her. You're having fun through text. You guys are bonding, you guys are vibing. This is what text game is for. And the goal should be for you guys to actually meet outside, for you to actually meet and do something together. But when there's a freaking lockdown, you can't really meet, can you? Well, you can, but you have to be really careful about it. I'm not gonna bother right now to do that, because I can focus on other things at home. This year I'm all about focusing on business and learning about marketing and sales and doing more videos on YouTube and website, etc. Girls are not my main focus this year. Your boy is still out there, your boy is still in the game, but it's not the main focus as it was up until last year or a year and a half or whatever. So use this time under the quarantine to improve your text game, to see what makes you laugh. Try different lines, try different jokes. And you're never gonna know how you like to text if you don't actually text a lot. I remember back when I was in high school, between the ages of 14 and 16 probably, because after 16, 17, I don't really rely heavily on text. Some guys, that's like their glory or whatever. I'm like, whenever I can use minimum text, whenever I can get away with using minimum text, I get away with it, because I like to interact face to face. That's when I can use mimics and gestures in my hands and the eyes and it's so much better. It's so much better, of course. Like, this goes without saying, but I still have to say it, because some guys get entangled in texting and texting and texting and texting, and you actually never end up meeting the girl. So you guys become like online buddies, but what about the meetup? So between the ages of 14 and 16, I used to like use only text, because I still didn't know how to approach girls in life face to face. But that's a whole other topic. So we're talking about text. Between the ages of 14 and 16, what I used to do was I used to come home from school, between the hours of 7 and 10, because that's when everybody was online. And I used to text all my buddies, all the girls that I was texting, all my girlfriends, you know, like friends, and all, you know, my potential girlfriends, and I was texting new girls as well. So between the ages of 14 and 16, I used to have like 10 tabs open on Facebook Messenger, just like texting different girls nonstop. And you know what? Like, let's say I was texting 10 girls at one time for a prolonged period, and with out of those 10 girls, with 3 we didn't vibe like at all, like zero connection. But I still like would try my luck, but zero connection. It was just so boring. But with the other, let's say 3 or 4 girls, it was kind of neutral. I still kept pushing for it. Like I said, I still kept texting, but it was kind of neutral. Like, I wasn't really passionate about them, they weren't really passionate about me. But it's kind of like if we saw each other out on the streets, we were like, oh, hey, what's up? But then there was like 2 or 3 girls left that they were really into me. I was really into them as well. And those were the girls that I would set up like dates. We would go out, and that's what you're actually looking for right now, to vibe and connect with the girls online through text, through Tinder, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever you have, and text with those girls for a prolonged period of time. The technique that I used is text those girls every day for 3 days. Yeah, every day for 3 days, text them, then stop for 2, and then text for 2 days again, then stop for 3 days. Yeah, that kind of like creates a bit of a confusion. The girl's like, okay, this guy's texting me 3 days, then he stops for 2, then he steps, and then he like stops again. Like, what's going on here? Try this and let me know if it actually does something for you. But like I said, right now is the time to flirt online. Right now is the time to work on your text game. And when Mr. Boris Johnson, my man, he says, you guys can actually meet up right now. You guys are allowed to meet up. You guys can go to your friends can come to you, boom. That's when you go for the date. That's when you actually go for the meetup. But like I said, you can actually technically still meet up right now, but it's a bit illegal, so use that in your own caution. But guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something from it, from the tips before. If you want to learn more tips about how to talk to girls, about how to flirt, techniques, mindsets. I still haven't talked about mindsets yet. This is only technique. This is tools that you can use. In future videos I will talk about mindsets as well. But if you like this type of content, which you will be seeing more from me from this moment on, subscribe to the channel. If you want to know every time that I upload a video, you need to hit the bell as well, and you can get notifications. You can also follow me on my Instagram, Facebook. You can go to my website and read my blog articles. You see how I have a lot of channels here, have a lot of media channels. I try to be everywhere, but you will see most of my dating content on my website from the blogs, and on my YouTube, on my Instagram and Facebook. I don't really upload much of dating. That's more like a personal, that's more kind of like my personal life, my friends, where I go, those are whole nother topics. But yeah, I hope you liked the tips that I gave you in this video, my man. Be sure to actually use them. Be sure to use this time to get your Tinder game up. If you have any questions about Tinder, hit me up. How to set up your profile, your pictures, your bio. Actually, I've been using Tinder for 2-3 days now. I used it before, but I deleted it. Now I'm using it again, because now is the best time to use Tinder. And I got like 18 to 20 matches in a couple of days. I might like put up a screenshot of my Tinder matches over here. But yes, my man, go apply this knowledge, get you some girls, get you some future dates, learn how to flirt online, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.